Hello, guys and gals, and this is Vlog Friday, or Vlog Friday. This is episode 45, I believe. Anyways, it'll be correct in the description. Anyways, it'll be in title. Yeah, title. Anyways, um, as always, we'll talk about something contrary to the 7 points that are down here. Please hold just a sec, okay. Anyways, today was a rather gloomy day, and it rained quite a bit, but um, that's okay. Basically, there is a saying that is every cloud has a silver lining, and basically, I don't know exactly where it's from or what it exactly means, but to me, it basically means that every situation has some positive aspect or element to it. Um, I mean, sure, there was a storm today, lots of rain and wind, but we actually needed the rain, so it wasn't exactly a bad thing. Now there is such thing as too much of a good thing, and I mean, if it were to keep raining and raining, then we'd probably have some flooding, which probably wouldn't be all that good. But it's always good to try and see the positive in things. That can't really. Well, there are some situations that might seem like no possible good could possibly come from that, but it's just really tricky. Now, like I said, well, another good thing was that it was a warm rain because it was like 82 today, I think, or something. Maybe it was 74. I don't know. It was still plenty warm. So while the rain was wet, it wasn't exactly cold. I mean, a gentle, warm rain is really kind of nice, actually. But yeah. Plus, the temperature here it's been kind of hot and humid. So, a nice rain is going to help it cool down a little bit. And then we'll probably have some cooler temperatures, which will be better in the long run. Um, I'm not looking forward to like freezing temperatures or anything like that, but it's just one of the positives is that the weather will be cooler as a whole because of the rain we had today. But yeah. So anyway, um, but on gloomy days, it's easy to slip into depression because the clouds they block out the sun and you know. But anyways, if you are feeling down, then do something you enjoy at least once a day. Make sure that is something legal. Um, but yeah, I always have to add that little addendum because yeah, I want to encourage people to do legal things to assuage. I think that's a word to stem the to counteract their depression. Preferably healthy things too. So, anyways, you also have to make sure it's something that's within your dietary wheelhouse. If you're diabetic, then you should know better than to eat sugar. And if you're, if you have celiac disease, then you probably shouldn't eat gluten because that it's impossible to digest for people that suffer from that particular condition. But anyways, so basically, use common sense when going about this. One thing you could do is probably to watch a movie or something to enjoy. There's lots of free movies on YouTube. I did a video on free movies that are on YouTube, full-length movies that are free with ads. But if you have premium, then basically you don't have to worry about the ads. So anyways, that's just something to consider. But yeah. Number two is there's always someone who cares, and that could be someone that can be people in the support industry. That's what they're there for, to help people who are having trouble coping. And it could also be family and friends, because there's always someone who cares, and it's easy to lose hope sometimes and maybe get the false impression that nobody cares. But that, I can assure you, is a false impression. Um, basically, it can be difficult, but it's always good to hold on to that thought. Just knowing that at least one person cares can really make all the difference. Okay, number 3 is also super important. If you are suffering from an affliction, there is no shame in seeking help. And one thing that is good about society is that there's less of a stigma, less of less of a stigma attached to mental illness these days. Less of a preconceived notion towards it. People are starting to realize that people with mental illness can't really help it, and society is generally getting more acceptable of that. This can go for physical injuries along with mental illness as well. With mental illness, there's some conditions that basically require medication in order to just cope with daily life. 2 of those would be paranoid schizophrenia, and another one is bipolar. But it used to be called manic depression, but they changed the name to bipolar, I believe. I come from an era where it was called manic depression. Anyways, but yeah, basically medication really helps with that. There's also depression, but there are ways of handling depression, and there are people who can basically handle their depression without medication, and that's really awesome. But I also realize that there's probably a lot of people who can't. So if there's medicine that will help you feel better, then there's no shame in taking that, provided it is perfectly legal and over the counter, or prescribed by a doctor, a legitimate prescription. That's well within the laws, of course. Number 4 is no matter how bad things get, there is always hope, and that's also something else to grab onto, and always trying to find the silver lining in the situation. It can't be easy, and there are some situations that might seem hopeless at the time, but majority of the time, every situation turns out for the best, ideally. But yeah. So yeah. Also, society has a way of repressing hope, I would say. And it can sometimes make things seem worse than they really are. Kind of looking through a kaleidoscope, at broken images through a kaleidoscope. It's really difficult to sometimes piece together a situation in a positive way. And that can take a lot of work. But there's always hope, so always hold on to that notion. Number 5 is societal tags and labels are pointless. People are people, and that is sometimes easy to forget. I mean, if someone makes us mad, then it tends to be kind of easy to forget that they're a person. And sometimes I think we use that as justification to a justification for retribution, which should never really be done. Basically, if someone wrongs you, it probably wasn't on purpose, and with the way that society is, it's really easy to get lost into one's own little world and really not really be with it. I know that I'm that way most of the time. But anyways, so it's really easy to maybe slight someone and not really do it intentionally. And someone might take it personally, and then that just perpetuates an endless cycle that really isn't good. As for tags, societal tags, I don't really like those very much. They tend to not be very beneficial. I mean, even the beneficial tags seem to put people into a box, and that people don't really deserve to be put in. I mean, you're not literally putting someone into a box, because that's kind of rude and probably illegal, but it's just really, really easy sometimes to forget a person's humanity, and so you just really need to think through everything very carefully before you make an action. But yeah, I always find labels and tags to be kind of subjective. I would say maybe people, I think, use them to maybe just bulk people together in groups, and it just isn't very good. So try to avoid that. anyways, number 6 is be yourself. There will never be another you, and that is the power of individuality. Basically, everyone has individual ideas, opinions, and that's good. The people who are doing really well on YouTube, basically they embrace who they are. They use their individuality to their advantage, and people love them for it, and people will love you for being you. That's why I always encourage people to start a YouTube channel, is because, hey, you can express your ideas and your opinions and be yourself. And number 7 was a lot like... That's the side. Number 7 was a lot like what we started out with, was always think positive thoughts, and that is basically trying to see the silver lining in every cloud, trying to find the positive benefit in every storm of life, basically trying to be positive when times tend to be kind of rough. If you get some kind of bad diagnosis, if there's something that seems like really, really stressful in your life, then it can be very difficult to be positive. Except for being maybe sarcastically positive, like I'm positive it's going to be a bad day. We don't want to do that. We want to embrace positivity, and it actually has lots of healthy benefits. Positivity does. Positive thinking, and so yeah. Even when times seem to be kind of hopeless, it's always important to try and see the positive, because there should at least always be at least one positive thing in every situation. Ideally, a lot more than that. But anyways, I believe that's going to do it for this video. I don't know if it's helped anybody, but I don't know. If you actually like this video, then make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I upload. Also, if you want to support me in any way, or if you want to join the Discord server, then all the information will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.